Shalom. Hello, brothers, sisters, and friends. Some people are looking for refuges to hide in, to hide out in, to be safe in within North America. They know something big is going to come and is going to happen, and they think they're going to be protected in these refuges. They say things like, "The Lord has shown me. I've had witnesses or testimony. I know it's true. I feel it in my heart." They know that this refuge is going to be their place of safety, that the Lord has shown them to go there. Are you really sure that the Lord has shown you? Yes, everything is possible, but it isn't possible for Yahweh, our Elohim, to contradict himself or to go against his own word. And his word says, "Come out of her, my people." It says it 7 different times throughout the whole Bible. I have another video on that. You could see it. Its title is something like, "Up, up, get out, flee Babylon, get out before it's destroyed." Something like that. Yahweh can't contradict himself. He says to get out of Babylon. You might not believe that the U.S. is Babylon, but if you do believe that North America is Babylon, then you need to get out. You need to make a plan and to get out. I'm not saying get out this week. At some time in the future, it will get down to the point where there'll only be a week left. Some people are making predictions that something is supposed to happen in August or September of this year, 2009. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I'm just repeating it because I feel like since about 1995, well over 10 years ago, I've been hearing people say that martial law is going to happen, the government is going to do this, the mark of the beast. And granted, these things eventually will probably happen. I know the mark of the beast is eventually going to happen, but it'll probably happen after the U.S. is destroyed, after Babylon is destroyed, and Canada too. So I wouldn't get in a panic over any singular prediction about martial law, because every 3 or 6 months it's predicted. I know over the past 10 years, I've heard that within 6 months, the government is going to be instituting a national ID card. Come on, how many of you have heard that? How many times have we heard the national ID card will be handed out this June, this July, or whatever it is? Granted, they probably will eventually have this, and I don't blame the people for trying to stay on top. We know things are coming. We want to stay apprised. So I'm not necessarily criticizing the people who make these predictions or say these things, because they're really going on the best information that they've received. And maybe they've even been disinformed, misinformed. Maybe it was a plan and then it got canceled. That's possible. But what I'm saying is, don't act out of panic. Take these things that you hear, because bad things are coming, definitely. Make your plans in a calm, collected fashion. Pick a date and leave Babylon. Get out in 2, 3, 4 months, however long it takes for you to take care of business, get all of your things in order, and to leave calmly. You don't want to leave within a few days just because you heard this or that prediction in a panic, because it doesn't work. I've seen people do it over and over again for the past 10 years. It doesn't work. When you leave in a panic, you leave things behind, and then when you realize that you didn't need to leave in a panic, you go back. I saw people do it 10 years ago, and they were going back and forth and spending a lot of money going back and forth. Just make a calm, relaxed plan and do it that way. Now, what about all these people who are they're positive that the Lord has shown them, that's what they say, the Lord has shown me a and given me a witness that my house is a refuge. You know, and it's always so conveniently their house or their country house that is the refuge. And, well, isn't that convenient? You don't have to move an inch. And all throughout the Bible, Yahweh's people, He's told them to move. He's told them to move spiritually and make changes in their life spiritually, and He's told them to move physically. Look at every single major group of people that Yahweh has worked with, and individuals. He's asked them and told them and commanded them to move. Now imagine in the situation with Lot. You know, Lot and Lot's wife and his 2 daughters. Let's suppose that Lot had a brother right there in Sodom and Gomorrah, or I always forget which one he lived in. Let's say Sodom. And his brother was a pretty decent guy too. And the command came to leave Sodom. And Lot's brother said, "No, the Lord has spoken to me and told me to stay here, to be a witness to the other people. Lot, if you leave, who's going to stay here and tell the other ones what they're doing is wrong?" I hear that so much from people in the United States and Canada. I have to stay here. You're just running away. I have to stay here to give other people the warning and the witness and the message. What did Yahweh say to Lot? He told him to get out. He had to send 2 angels to help him to leave. He was even procrastinating and dragging his feet a little bit, or a lot. And then no pun intended, and then his wife even turned back because her heart was still there. The preaching, the witnessing, the warning, it's been made. And obviously you can make it from this format too, without staying there. I've been out of Babylon for 10 years. And many of us have. We're living in different places all around the world. What you're commanded to do is to get out. 7 times in New and Old Testaments, you're told to get out. You're not told to stay and warn them until you get your vision or your dream or whatever it is to get out of there. You're just told to get out, run, flee, get out, because it's going to be utterly destroyed. Not one human will be left alive. That's a promise. So if you think you have a refuge, a special refuge, and you're special among all other people there, you're just kidding yourself. And it's contradicting what the Bible says. So if your message that you've received contradicts what the Bible says, which one do you think you discard? You know the answer. The Bible is the trusted word of Yahweh and Yeshua. It's what we're supposed to live by. Stop kidding yourself and stop deceiving other people. It's the most convenient thing to do to just sit right where you are in your own backyard. You need to move. You need to step out in faith. Getting out of that country is going to be your first step in faith. It will be the first thing to help you to get rid of pride and arrogance that is bred into us and taught to us when we grow up and live in that country, in those countries, in all of North America. Coming out of there helps you to be able to recognize that and see people from other countries and the way they live and the humility that they have. It's one of the major things that will separate us from Yahweh is pride. Step out and let him start working with you and teaching you. I'm not saying that everything is perfect once you get out of there, but believe me, life isn't so bad in other countries too. You know, I'm not saying that it's great or it's as comfortable, but it can be pretty good in other countries. But you need to step out. We need to not repeat the same mistakes that people have made in the past. When you ask the question, where are the safest places in North America? There is no safe place if it's a country that's going to be utterly destroyed. Where was a safe place in Germany for the Jews right before the Nazis came to take over? There was no safe place. They had to get out, and so do you.